Lisa, it is great to finally get to meet you.
Likewise.
We've talked online many times, never met face to face. So it's nice to get inside your booth. As you know, I am a huge fan of Webstone product. I don't think I'm alone. You have this great marketing piece here on the booth that I think is really nice for people to see. You guys are a company that's focused on hydronic accessories. Why don't you talk a little bit about Webstone and what you guys make and what you do?
Sure. So we focus on a couple different things, but primarily what we want to do is to take redundancy out of work. So we see opportunities for repetitive assemblies that are happening in the trade every single day, and we say if you're doing that every single day, the same way every single day, maybe we could just do that for you instead and put that time back in your pocket. So that's where our first innovation, the isolator was born from, is just watching people out in the trade and saying, you're doing that all day, every long, let's just make it. Save you some time, save you some energy, save some leak paths, save some money.
So I look at the Webstone product and I think of all this product and how I would have loved to use it while I was still doing installations. And really, to me, what stands out is you guys make a very good product. You have a very unique warranty in how you stand behind that product, and really you save a lot of time. So some of your stuff is, people might say it's a little bit premium in price, but what they don't recognize is you have parts here that literally can save me 2 or 3 hours on the job.
Exactly.
Can you share some on here, or do we want to maybe walk over to the wall where you have some and you can sort of show some to us?
Sure, we absolutely can do that. And while we're walking, I'll just tell you kind of our philosophy in pricing is we want to try to make this be as close to the cost of the components that you would assemble to make that thing, right? So sometimes we can't quite get there, but we like to think the combination of features that we are providing, justify the premium that we have. So we've done. Here's some good example actually of that in terms of labor-saving products. This is a product we launched in January of this year. This is a multi-port T. So this is really for water distribution systems, but it's just eliminating gangs of T's. It's so simple, right? And then down on this one here, we're going to eliminate gangs of T's, but at the end of a line of T's, sometimes you're either going to want to cap that off and the line, or maybe just have a drain valve there so you can pull down all of the fluids to the rest of the building. So we'll go ahead and integrate that there as well.
So that's a really nice product, because one of the things that we see as designers is that mechanical rooms are getting smaller and smaller. If I'm going to do, for example, press T's, I can do that no problem, and the labor component may not be much to it, but yours is way smaller because you're manufacturing it.
Right, we're manufacturing it. My favorite installs to see are the ones that are like actually under the closet under the stairs. I'm like, oh, did we fit? Did we
I get super excited to work on those.
I'm sure you don't. I get really excited to see how creative people can be with it, though. So that's one of our good labor savers that we have. And some other ones that we're really excited about is this boiler vent valve that we've got coming out probably this April, I think is when it's going to launch. And this just takes advantage of the port at the top of the boiler where the PRV is installed, and just kind of Webstones it. Says, well, okay, let's make it so that we can install that air vent in that advantageous location. Pull out the T a bit, install your pressure relief valve, give you an option for low water cutoff. Double-sided options here for installing a pressure gauge. And because we're Webstone, we love to isolate everything for service. We're going to give you that isolation valve. You can close that down and be able to get access to that vent, because they need service or they will fail.
So there's a couple of things I love about that product. It's worth noting I've not seen that product until now with you.
Right, it is brand
new. Usually what will happen is you'll put the relief on the top of the boiler, and then you have that cavity of air sitting on top. You have that noise, and you're like, what's that kettle sound in my boiler? That's the air. I love that it has the air. I love that it has the relief. I love that it does not have a valve between the relief and the boiler.
No, that would be a problem.
Slight code violation. The other thing that a lot of people miss and don't understand is your relief should always be pointing to your face. There's a lot of cases where they point them down and they can't figure out why they're losing pressure and it's dripping all the time. It's the sediment that's got seated inside of it that won't release. So that's a really cool product. I like that a lot.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. This is something we've had out for quite some time. This is
a nice product too.
Thank you. The expansion tank pro service valve. Great workhorse. It's a small little guy packed in a little bit of space. A lot of power packed in a little space, what I wanted to say. But it didn't give you an option to be able to actually mount the expansion tank. So we came out with this guy instead. This has the plate to mount onto the wall. Pull all the way across for installation of your expansion tank. It's got a union at the bottom, so you're going to get a little bit more control over the tank when you're going to replace it. Dedicated drain valve for servicing the tank. Pressure gauge included, air vent included, isolation for inbound and outbound to the system. You want to vent somewhere else? That's cool. We're going to give you the plug. You pocket that little product and use it on another install.
Now, is the union also a check valve?
No.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Yeah, really nice looking product. And what's this next to it? Oh, this is just an inline?
This is the ball drain strainer. We actually debuted that last year at AHR. There's all this need to really making sure we're getting as much junk out of the systems as we possibly can. But it's kind of hard to fit a complex, full-size magnetic boiler filter into those closets underneath the stairs, right? So this is at least going to give you a little bit of something, right?
For sure.
It's going to give you options to be able to collect some of the garbage out of the system, but options to be able to flush it. You can actually install the add-a gauge would add a drain magazine would be a good one to install right there, and have a blowdown for the system.
Cool.
As well. Yep.
Well, the other thing that caught my eye immediately when I came in the booth is this. This
super
is new
psyched
for
about
you guys.
that one. This is new for us.
This one is a press unit. I'm assuming it's available in other flavors.
Yes, it is.
Are these unions able to come off and be interchanged?
Yes, they can. So if you have one set of pipe going another direction, a different variety going on the return, you can absolutely.
So from a contractor standpoint, can they buy the barrel and then different adapters for it?
Yes, they can.
Very well done.
Yep.
People don't think about that, but you want to stock one of these because it's very expensive, and keep cheap tail pieces. Sometimes you need sweat, sometimes you need press.
Exactly, and this has become. We love seeing that the trade is becoming more open to this style. It's been sometimes a hurdle in distribution to be able to have them say, "Oh, here's the body. Wait, stop.
Yeah.
You need 4 fittings to go along with it." But I think everybody's really starting to get it because everything is costly and everything now, and as much as we try to control for that, you got to kind of think smarter about everything. You really do.
So, is there a coalescing media inside of this for the air?
There is.
Okay.
There's a stainless steel coalescing medium inside. I believe it is actually 2 parts in there.
Yep.
And it's also got an automatic air vent at the top. Top is removable if you want to do some quick light cleaning in there, and then if you really wanted to get in and do some deep cleaning, you can take the top cap and the bottom bowl and do some real deep cleaning of the entire coalescing medium.
And then on the bottom left hand here, this is your magnet?
Yep, that's our magnet, 12,000 Gauss, so it's very powerful.
Nice.
It's also 1.2 Tesla, which is really fun, right?
Nice.
Okay, so that you pull that out, all the gunk falls down to the bottom, and you use that drain down there to just flush all the debris.
So keep the metal plate in my head away from the glass.
Right. Oh, dude.
For the record, I don't have a metal plate.
Oh my gosh, it's so serious. I have a metal desk and I got the magnet stuck, and I was like, oh gosh, I need more power, to get this thing off of here. But the pressure gauge comes standard. The mounting brackets come standard. It's really got kind of everything that you possibly would need.
Really nice. So it's designed for threaded rod to go on the wall? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yep. Awesome. No, I like that. That looks really good.
Thank you. Really
and then
excited.
here you've got some new water heater solutions.
We do. So last year at AHR, we debuted the dielectric water heater supply valves, and we got great feedback. The product was just really popular. It was an awesome launch. Really felt great to be a part of, and we got some really good feedback for a generation 2. And so, Webstone, part of our cornerstone is responsiveness, and so it was really important to us that we be able to churn through that feedback and get it put into a product so that we can come back here this year and say, hey, we did it for you. So we got the people, we got the dielectric lovers, the dielectric haters. We want to service
dielectric haters. Let's not open that door. We'll just leave that alone, right?
We don't discriminate. We service both sides of the aisle, right? Okay. And so we came out of variety and brass as well. People also asked if we could have a port to be able to connect the water heater tempering valve directly to the unit.
Good idea.
We went ahead and did that too.
Very good idea.
Some people said, hey, my supply is 1/2 inch. Can I get a 1/2 inch connection to the top? Yep, no problem. Not showing it here, but it is available. And then he's like, well, it's a little thing. It's a little thing. But could we have this insulator ring color-coded for blue since it goes on the
good
blue
idea.
side? And we were like, yeah, that's easy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. And they were just really stoked that we were able to do it all inside of 12 months.
Cool.
So this will come out later this summer. But everything's done. It's ready. It's good to go. It just got so many cool things to talk about. Everything's got to get its own time in the light. So if you don't want to have the water heater tempering valve, that's okay. We've got other dielectric or brass solutions for you.
Yep.
Union ball drains, union ball valves, or just the dielectric or regular fitting unions as well.
Awesome.
All of which pairs up super awesome with the gas sediment trap, which we look at all these installations, these real craftsmen that are out there. Just the quality of work is just absolutely gorgeous. And then you see this code required drip leg. This is black iron. The dope is all over. It's just like ugh. So this is purely, it saves you one leak path, but it's really about the aesthetic of having something that just looks professional and nice in your installation. And if it's allowed in your area, you can use the flex line to
well, you're right. The flexible gas line going into a nice polished look. Mm-hmm. As we know, we're both big on social media. People like to brag about their installs, including me and you.
Yes.
It's nice that it looks good. Mm-hmm. To me, I'm a big fan of Webstone products. As you know, we use them as a distributor. As I put my other hat on, the non-host hat, I find Webstone is a really good product. We don't have products coming back when they go out. People seem to be happy with them. And as a company, Webstone seems to be truly innovating. Yeah. People say they want to innovate. You guys are doing a really good job.
I mean, we do it. We put a lot of effort into doing it too. I mean, it is what we do all day, every day. And it's a lot of work behind all of these things, but we're really committed to making sure it's a good, solid, steady stream of new things coming out for the industry, because the possibilities are really just endless.
So what's on the roadmap for Webstone? What can you tell us it's coming? What will we see 6 months from now, for a year from now? What do you think Webstone's going to do next?
So these are what we're doing next. This is everything that's coming out this year.
Awesome.
This is March, this is April, this is May, this is June, that's July, that's more in July.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Absolutely everything.
So we've managed to show everybody everything that is new coming for the rest of the year.
Coming for the rest of the year in a scan, I don't know what, 2 minutes.
Well, that's awesome.
Talking fast has its benefits.
That's great. Well, we certainly appreciate your time. It was great to spend it with you.
Likewise. Thank you for stopping by.